In this video, I'll be explaining question 17 and question 20. Question 17 and question 20, they both use algebra. So there is no non-algebra method for these two questions. So you have to find some property to form equation. So you got to observe the property that's provided in the question. So for example, for question 17, we gotten an isosceles triangle. So this one is an isosceles triangle. It will be good if you can have some colors, or before you answer the question, don't be in a hurry to answer the question. So observe the property first. So right now I read that it is an isosceles triangle. So the idea of isosceles triangle means the two base angles are the same. So these two angles will have the same algebra. Then the next one, I got the parallelogram. So parallelogram is here. Now for parallelogram, there are parallel lines. So in case you forgot that there is parallel lines, I think you should do some indication that there are parallel lines. Okay, so the ED will be parallel. So we actually extend all the way to AE, because they say AED is a straight line. So that means this is parallel as well. Okay, so take note of this. And what is the property of parallelogram? So property of parallelogram. So at the moment, okay, these two angles would have added up to 2x plus 25. And I know that this whole thing will also be 2x plus 25. So if I need 2, this whole thing will also be 2x plus 25. Because we know that in a parallelogram, opposite angles are supposed to be the same. But we also know that they are parallel. So the 2x plus 1 here is also here. This is also 2x plus 1. Because it's alternate angle. So I'm just exploring the property. Okay, right? So this is an alternate angle. And then this will be the 24. Again, due to alternate angle. This part. The alternate angle, okay, I'm using another color to show you. This part, there's the alternate angle. Okay, so we can get the total opposite angle, or we can do the alternate angle. Okay, is there any property that can link up for us to find x? Okay, so is there any property that we can link up to find x? If you look carefully, yes, there is. So this is, just now I mentioned that it's a short straight line. So there is a big alternate angle. So there's actually a big alternate angle. So I'm going to use this alternate angle to form my algebra. So first of all, I got to add up the angle first. So EBC. EBC is supposed to be 2x plus 1 plus 24. Okay, what's the reason for this? It is the opposite angles of parallelogram. So this whole angle is 2x plus 25. Okay, and then what's the reason for this one? There's also a 5x minus 11. So AEB, the algebra for AEB is 5x minus 11, because that's the base angle of isosceles triangle. And eventually these two angles are the same. So AEB is actually the same as EBC. Okay, why are they the same? They are the same because of alternate angle. And the alternate angle came from AE parallel to BC. Or you can say AD. The whole line is the whole line here is straight. So you can mention the whole line as well. Or like this will be enough. So because of this, the algebra for AEB will be the same as the algebra for EBC. And from there, you can find X. So there must be some properties for you to form equation. So in this case, all the angles, there are some amount of algebra. So there is no non-algebra method. Then after this, we will find BCD, this portion. Reflex BCD. So if you look, this is the reflex. So remember what's reflex. So when an angle is reflex, that means, right, it's actually more than 180 degrees. And this part, obviously, it looks obtuse because it looks more than 90 degrees. So obtuse means it's more than 90, but less than 180. So acute angle is simply less than 90 degrees. So if I would like to find the reflex BCD, I will need to find the obtuse BCD first. So I'm going to make use of the interior angle. So there are interior angle here. You can also make use of the interior angle here, no problem. It's the same thing. Okay, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to be using the interior angle here. So first of all, I got to use my X first. So now I know that my X is 12. So EDC will be 2 times 12 plus 1 plus 24. So I'll get a 49. Then I can use the 49. So this whole thing is going to be a 49. And using the 49, I can find BCD. So I can find my obtuse BCD, which is 180 minus 49. Okay, where does this 180 come from? Okay, remember I'm using interior angle, and the parallel line will be ED parallel to BC. So therefore, the reflex BCD will be 360 minus 131. So that is for question 17. So there are some features, some property that you use to solve for X, and it's subsequently needed in the second part. So for question 20, it is the same thing. You also need to find the value of X, and it has to come from some property. So again, I got to read the question first. So these two lengths are the same. When these two lengths are the same, right, I will know that this is an isosceles triangle. And because this is an isosceles triangle, the base angle will be the same. So this will be the base angle. Okay, and then if this is the base angle, I can actually find angle sum of triangle. Okay, you can take a look. This can be angle sum of triangle, but it's just that you got to go through a lot of algebra. You got to go through a lot of algebra. And then we can form an angle on a straight line here. Alternatively, I can use the idea of exterior angle of a triangle. So this angle 11x plus 6 is outside the triangle. So it should come from the sum of these two angles. So if you are using the exterior angle of triangle, it will be 11x plus 6 equal to 7x minus 3 plus 7x minus 3. And then from there, you can solve for x. So if you are using the exterior angle of triangle, I think the answer sheet is using the exterior angle of triangle. So I will show the other method. I will show the angle sum of triangle and then angles on the straight line. So you got to explain why this angle is 7x minus 3. So BAC has the same algebra, 7x minus 3, because it's the base angle of isosceles triangle. And then I can find this portion, the blue one, BCA. So I'm going to find this through angle sum of triangle. So you got to be careful with your algebra. Okay, you got to open up. So you got to be very careful. So you will get 186 minus 14x. And how you got it? You got it through the angle sum of triangle. And finally, these two angles here, these two angles are on a straight line. So the two algebra will add up to 180 degrees because of angles on the straight line. So 180. So 186 minus this plus 11x plus 6 will be equal to 180 degrees because of the property of angles on the straight line. So there must be some property that forms the equation. If your equation is not formed based on property, that means you are doing it wrongly. So from here, you do like normal algebra. So do like normal algebra. You will find your x. Okay, once you find your x, actually the subsequent part will be easy. So the next one, you're supposed to find ADC. So ADC is here. It's actually quite easy. So once you can find your x, you can have your ACD 11 times 4 plus 6. You can have your CAD. It will be 13 times 4 plus 8. And then you can do your angle sum of triangle. So my ADC will be 180 minus 50 minus 60, which is 70, and it came from angle sum of triangle. So whenever you're supposed to solve for x, there must be property to help you to form an equation. The property may not be the same every time. You got to look out for what's given in the question. So it's the idea of forming equation using angles property.